Have you ever felt like God has gone quiet on you? Like you've been praying, waiting, hoping, but nothing is changing. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. And the thing you've been asking God for still has not happened. So slowly, silently, questions begin to rise in your heart. God, do you still see me? Have I been forgotten? Am I praying wrong? Why does it seem like you answer others, but not me? Because it becomes even harder when you watch other people testify. Someone says, God answered my prayer. Another person says, God opened a door for me. And while you are happy for them, a small part of you quietly wonders, what about me? You keep showing up. You keep believing. You keep praying. But heaven feels silent. And sometimes silence can feel painful. Not because you stopped believing in God, but because you are trying to understand Him. But hear this carefully today. God's silence is not proof of His absence. And delay is not proof of rejection. Just because God is quiet does not mean God is distant. You are not forgotten. You are not ignored. God sees every tear you never explained to anyone. He hears prayers you whispered in private. He understands burdens you cannot even put into words. The Bible says in Isaiah 49:15, Can a mother forget her nursing child, and not have compassion on the son of her womb? Surely they may forget. Yet, I will not forget you. Think about that. God is saying, even if human love fails, mine will not. Even if people overlook you, I will not overlook you. Even if others move on from you, I have not moved on from you. Sometimes what feels like neglect is actually preparation. Sometimes what feels like silence is God working in places you cannot yet see. Because God does not only care about answering prayers, He also cares about preparing you for the answer. And preparation often happens in hidden seasons. Seasons where nothing looks exciting. Seasons where you feel forgotten. Seasons where faith is tested quietly. But hidden seasons are not wasted seasons. Because while you are waiting, God is shaping. God is aligning. God is building. God is protecting. Even when you cannot feel it. Think about this. If God answered every prayer immediately, would you truly become who He is calling you to be? Sometimes the waiting is developing patience. Sometimes the delay is protecting you from the wrong timing. Sometimes God says not yet because He sees what you cannot see. And later, when the season changes, you begin to understand why He waited. So don't give up now. Do not walk away from God in the middle of the process, because faith is not only trusting God when prayers are answered. Faith is also trusting Him in silence. Trusting Him when nothing makes sense. Trusting Him when emotions are heavy. Trusting Him when heaven feels quiet. And sometimes the deepest faith is developed in seasons where there are no visible signs at all. The same God who heard you the first time you prayed still hears you now. The same God who carried you before is still carrying you now. And one day, what currently feels confusing will make sense. One day you will look back and realize, God was never ignoring me. He was preparing me, protecting me, positioning me. You are seen. You are heard. You are remembered. And at the right time, God will respond in a way that reminds you, He never forgot you for a second. If this message spoke to your heart, subscribe to Believer's Digest, where we grow closer to God and stronger through His truth. And remember this today. Even in silence, God is still present.